Welcome to a Game a Day by Zay, presented by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Ask Isaiah Rhodes. I come to you in the first quarter of the New York Knicks versus New Orleans Pelicans. I had some technical difficulties with my first recording. So 6:25 left in the first. Pelicans lead 8-7. So far, the Pelicans have gotten scoring from Brandon Ingram, Steven Adams. The Knicks have gotten scoring from from RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's gotten two jumpers to fall, so he's in rhythm. Brandon Ingram misses a jumper, and Nerlens Noel gets the rebound. Knicks have also gotten scoring from Nerlens Noel to start the game as well. Both teams battling for uh, playoff contention. The Knicks are actually on a five-game winning streak, their first five-game winning streak since the 2012-2013 season, in which they went to the second round of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pardon me, the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, where they lost to the Indiana Pacers. That year, they were led by Carmelo Anthony, and they won 54 games, their their first 50-win season since the late 90s. So that goes to show you how far the Knicks have gone from their prolific ways. Nevertheless, they're trying to battle back. Tom Thibodeau is trying to reestablish an identity with this Knicks team, getting them to compete at a high level. They definitely exceeded many expectations for them uh, coming into this season. A lot of that has had to do with Julius Randle having an All NBA caliber season. Julius Randle is averaging under 24 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He's coming off of a 44.10 rebound, 5 assist game against the Dallas Mavericks, in which the Knicks were able to really dominate the Mavericks all game. They overcame a 22.19 assist performance from Luka Doncic. It didn't matter. They got 24 points from RJ Barrett, who actually drives the baseline and kicks out to Elfrid Payton. He knocks down a three. So Pelicans lead 11-10. For the Pelicans, they're led by Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. The expectations for this team, especially with a healthy Zion Williamson, was that this team would be in playoff contention. Now they're 25 and 31. They're 11th in the West, and they've definitely competed every night, but they've lost games that they should have won. A lot of this had to do with youth and just not being able to close games down the stretch. Their defense is horrid. Nevertheless, though, they compete every night and they can win any game that they play in. It's just about consistency. James Johnson attacks and he's able to score driving left into the paint. He scores on Reggie Bullock. Steven Adams for the Pelicans is 4-4 from the field so far. He has 8 points. RJ Barrett trying to set up a pass inside has it stolen and then it's given right back. So Nerlens Noel scores right under the basket. Nerlens Noel has fit perfectly under Tom Thibodeau, just in this whole defensive scheme, giving effort, being low maintenance as a big, being a defensive anchor, blocking shots. He actually tries to block Brandon Ingram at the rim to no avail. Ingram able to score. Nerlens is actually on the floor here, so the Knicks actually have a call a timeout and get to aiding Nerlens Noel. It seems like he's holding his right hand, which is definitely not a good sign for someone that, like as I just mentioned, is such a defensive anchor. He gives effort, he rim runs, he catches alley oops, he finishes around the basket. You definitely don't want to lose Nerlens Noel. So it's a timeout on the floor. We'll be back. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as we had to take an injury timeout for Nerlens Noel. He was down laboring on the floor with his right hand, trying to block Brandon Ingram at the rim. He didn't get the block. He fell down on his hand really, really hard. He had to actually leave the game. There's been no reports as to if he will return, but if the Knicks do lose Nerlens for a period of time is definitely not something that they want because of how impactful he's been since signing with the Knicks this season. Coming out of that timeout, Derrick Rose gets a floater inside, so he cuts the 5-point deficit to three. It's 17-14. New Orleans leads the Knicks. James Johnson dribble handoff to Brandon Ingram. Ingram back to Johnson. Johnson with the up fake off the glass with the left hand. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Obi Toppin. This might be an opportunity for Toppin to impact the game and show his best self as RJ Barrett attacks the basket, finishes with the left hand. He's a left-handed player, still finds a way to use that left hand. But this might be an opportunity for Toppin to earn his way, especially as a rookie. He's still trying to find his way, but if he can just try to do the things that made Nerlens effective at the rim and being a shot blocker, he definitely can carve his niche and be more solidified in the next rotation. Barrett trying to find Taj Gibson inside. Gibson comes into the game for Noel while he's out. It'll be a turnover for the Knicks as it was miscommunication between Gibson and Barrett there. Prior to that turnover for the Knicks, Jackson Hayes caught an alley-oop slam. So New Orleans leads by 3. After that Knicks turnover, Zion Williamson back into the game at the top of the key, working as a ball handler right now. This is a new facet of his game that, well, not new to his skill, but more so how he's used. One of the key things that has really brought out Zion's game this season has been his ability to be a facilitator and ball handler. That's something that was wanting to be emphasized by Stan Van Gundy this season. Put him in the position to utilize his speed, utilize his agility. Despite his size being 285, he's definitely agile and can work off the dribble. Barrett knocks down another jump shot here in this first quarter as he ties the game at 19. I mentioned earlier prior to my technical difficulties, I was speaking about RJ Barrett and just his impact on the game. As a shooter, he's very, very streaky. When his shot is on, he's amazing, as evident by tonight. He has 10 points, 4 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. When he's shooting well, he does everything. He rebounds, he runs the floor, he plays solid defense, and he just is in attack mode consistently. When his shot is not falling, he's very inconsistent. He doesn't really impact the game in other ways. So I feel like if he's able to become more well-rounded, even if his shot isn't falling, when he becomes a more well-rounded player, you can see the all-star level potential that he has. I know that a lot of people have been down on him, especially coming out of Duke, coming in third in the draft. Obviously, you're going to be in the shadow of Zion to some degree because he's such a force. But to be the lottery pick that he was, he's still young. He's only in year 2. He's still developing himself in the league, trying to find his way. He doesn't have the ball in his hands as much, but he's definitely called on for this Knicks team to have a responsibility and be a perimeter go-to guy. If he can develop other areas of his game outside of just shooting, he'll definitely be a perennial all-star for years to come. Emmanuel Quigley in the game. He's had an outstanding rookie season for the Knicks, providing a spark offensively. He sets up Julius Randle in the post. Julius is fouled by James Johnson. He makes the shot, but they say that Julius was not in the act of shooting. We look at the replay. In years past, that would have been an N1. So we see Thibodeau, he'll challenge that call. So we'll be back to see if this is a made shot. They're going to challenge whether it's okay. So there's some confusion as to wanting to challenge it. Okay, so they say that the time period to challenge passed, so he won't challenge, but Knicks retain possession, and Derrick Rose is actually fouled driving to the rim. He'll go to the free throw line. With 107 remaining, New Orleans leads by won 20-19. Julius Randle and Thibodeau still debating as to if that shot was in motion prior to the foul. Derrick Rose makes the first free throw. He ties the game at 20. Rolls back with Thibodeau this season during the Knicks not this season, but during this 5-game winning streak. Derrick Rose is averaging 14 points per game. He's definitely comfortable under Thibodeau. If you go back to Rose's history with Thibodeau, going back to Chicago, he actually brought the best out of Derrick Rose at the highest level. Rose actually won an MVP in 2011. That Bulls team went to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2011, the furthest they've gone since the 1998 season, in which they won their 6th championship in 8 years under Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Phil Jackson. But since that MVP season for Rose, he's dealt with a myriad of injuries, had to reinvent his game as a sixth man, and he still provides a spark every now and then. It's definitely not as constant as that young D Rose in Chicago, but being with Tom Thibodeau definitely allows for him to be comfortable again. This is his second stint with New York. You can go back to the 2017 season where D Rose signed with the Knicks for a year, but it definitely didn't pan out to the level that he or the Knicks would have liked at that time. But everything comes full circle, right? So with 21 seconds left, New Orleans leads 23-21 with the basketball. Zion, guarded by Julius Randle. This matchup is definitely the standout matchup tonight because both are very similar in how they're used by their teams offensively. They're similar in size, although Zion is 20 pounds heavier, but their height and how they're used with their size is very similar. Zion knocks down a mid-range jumper from the left block. So it's 25-21, and Derrick Rose misses a three at the buzzer. So we go into the second quarter with New Orleans leading by 4, 25-21. You had spectacular first quarters for R.J. Barrett, who had 10 points, 2 3-pointers already. For New Orleans, they got 8 points from Steven Adams, 4 from the floor. A lot of his work came in the paint, especially on the offensive glass. So we'll be back with more, as this is a showcase of the New Orleans Pelicans versus the New York Knicks. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back, as this is the second quarter of the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Knicks come in with a record of 30-27, while the Pelicans come in with a record of 25-31. So far, the Pelicans lead by 4. Majority of their points have come in the paint. They have 16 paint points compared to 6 for the Knicks. I mentioned Steven Adams and his 8 points. Majority of that has come on the offensive glass, really just attacking on a consistent basis. Then you have the likes of Brandon Ingram, who was able to get downhill and work coast to coast for some baskets as well. To start this second quarter, Julius Randle was fouled attempting a three-point shot. So he goes to the free throw line for 3. You look at Randle's performance on Friday versus Dallas, 44 points, tying a career high. Very efficient. Again, he's having an all-NBA caliber season. He's a player that has always had all-around skill, going back to his year at the University of Kentucky. Since being drafted by the Lakers, the Lakers had a great talent pool while he was there. You had the likes of him. You had D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, all players who have definitely left the Lakers and have established themselves in different ways, whether it be Clarkson as a sixth man for the Utah Jazz, or D'Angelo Russell, who had an all-star season for the Brooklyn Nets prior to going to Golden State and Minnesota. Even when you look at what Randle has done, he's been on a number of teams trying to establish himself, even in the New Orleans Pelicans. But here in New York, he is the go-to guy, working as a leader, trying to be a catalyst for a playoff team that, as I said, hasn't been to the playoffs since 2012, 2013. They are trying to be consistent at defense. He's definitely been someone that is trying to live up to that $60 million 3-year contract that he got going back to 2 summers ago. Kevin Knox knocks down a mid-range jumper for the Knicks, cutting the New Orleans lead from 3-1. Prior to that basket for Knox, Zion Williamson got a layup inside. Zion with 5 points so far. Dries Randle with the basketball, takes a step back jumper. He misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by James Johnson. Alley-oop for Jackson Hayes is good. So Jackson Hayes starting to reestablish himself. Last year, he didn't get much playing time playing under Alvin Gentry, despite being a lottery pick. He was supposed to be a compliment on the inside for Zion Williamson last year. Didn't really get to play, but this year, I understand Van Gundy's definitely getting more time. Zion catches an alley from Lonzo Ball. The both have established great chemistry so far in the last 2 years. Lonzo Ball definitely a willing passer, or an exceptional passer, someone that is still trying to establish himself and what he does well in the league. He's an all-purpose type of player, a utility player. He does so many things well, but a lot of what his impact has been gauged on is, can he shoot, can he score? If you take that out of the equation in terms of how you measure Lonzo's impact, he's definitely a quality player that can contribute to a winning situation. He's trying to build one right now with this young core. He, along with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, can potentially be a great core going forward, but they got to finish games. Right now, Knicks call a timeout as New Orleans is starting to establish a run. It's 31-25. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back as Knicks trail by 5 with possession. We see a foul by Zion Williamson in the post. But good news for the Knicks, we see Nerlens Noel back near the bench. He's on the bike, getting some reps in on a bike, which is good to see. He hasn't been ruled out, so we'll see if he's able to return or when he's able to return. But good to see that, it's not any long-standing injury that could potentially keep him out for some time. And they didn't call a foul. They called a jump ball between Kevin Knox and Zion. That jump ball turned into a 3-point shot for Derrick Rose as the shot clock was winding down. So it is a 31-29 lead. James Johnson misses a 3 from the right corner for New Orleans. Knicks able to get out and run. And we got a reverse from Derrick Rose. He's unable to get it to fall, but Taj Gibson, who was also a part of that Bulls team going back to the 2011 year for Chicago, gets the offensive rebound. Jackson Hayes trying to get a kick out to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo thought about the 3, instead takes a mid-range jumper. Can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by Zion. They don't call a foul, and possession will go to the Knicks. Zion very, very frustrated he doesn't get a call there. But Zion sky for that offensive rebound, just showing you the athleticism that he has, despite being 285 pounds, just too explosive at times. Game tied at 31, 8:50 remaining in the first half. Live from New York, New Orleans versus New York. Derrick Rose attacks, gets that left-hand layup to fall. So 33-31, Knicks take the lead. Back and forth we go. We look at Derrick tonight. Derrick Rose 3 of 5 from the floor, 9 points. Lonzo Ball takes a screen from Zion. Zion takes a 3 from the left wing, misses it off the back rim, rebounded by Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly looking for Randle in the post. Knicks in the double team. Pardon me. The Pelicans in the double team. They work it back around to Kevin Knox on the left wing. He misses a 3, but there's a foul under the rim. Loose ball foul as we see Taj Gibson, who is the epitome of a Tom Thibodeau big man. He bangs. He is willing to set screens. He sacrifices. And that's why this is his 3rd stop with Thibodeau going back to Chicago. He also played with Thibodeau on the Minnesota Timberwolves, Thibodeau and all of his guys, whether it be Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah, Todd Gibson, all of those guys going back to that Chicago team definitely play to Thibodeau's identity. Free throw extended jumper for Lonzo Ball doesn't fall, rebounded by Julius Randle. Trying to get out and run Randle, showcasing his ability to handle the basketball, gets into the paint against Lonzo Ball. He misses it, rebounded by New Orleans. And it'll be a turnover by New Orleans. It'll be a turnover by New Orleans. So we look at the field goal percentage for both teams. New Orleans shooting 41%, New York shooting 39%. The three-point shooting for the Knicks has kept them in striking distance, and now they've taken the lead. They're shooting 5 of 12 from 3, and with that 3 from Julius Randle, he increases the Knicks' lead to 5, 36-31. We'll be back as it's 7:08 left in the first half. This is a game of runs. Knicks have made another run. So up 5, we'll be back with more. So we're back as the Knicks lead by 5, 36-31 over the New Orleans Pelicans. Najee Marshall in the game and Kara Lewis are in the game. Coming back into the game as well for the Pelicans, Steven Adams, who had a great first quarter, attacking the glass, getting offensive rebounds, 4-4 from the floor. Najee Marshall gets a basket running the right baseline. He was able to get inside just enough for Brandon Ingram to find him under the rim and get a reverse layup. Julius Randle jab step guarded by Marshall. Contact, and we got an and one. So that's the and one. Julius Randle won it earlier in the game. Refs didn't give him the first one going against James Johnson, but he gets this one. Jab step left, going right, takes contact, goes straight up, and is able to finish it. So Randle going back to the free throw line, looking to get into that rhythm again. I mentioned his career high, 44 points against Dallas, tying his career high. Tonight so far, not efficient from the floor, 2 of 7, but he has 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Despite shooting bad, you never see Julius Randle lacking effort. He's definitely going to continue to shoot. He's going to continue to try to impact the game in other ways. Randle misses the front end of the free throw. So rebounded by Marshall. Eric Bledsoe back into the game, dribble handoff to Ingram. Kick out to Marshall from Ingram. Working the right corner, attacks the paint, has his shot deflected. And the Knicks looking to get out and run. Derrick Rose in the right corner, working his way into the paint with the great reverse. Couldn't finish it, but again, Todd Gibson is there for the putback. And sometimes, even if a guard misses, if he's able to draw defenders, multiple defenders at the rim, even with the miss, it opens up the rebounding lanes. You can go back to the likes of Allen Iverson with the Philadelphia 76ers. He didn't shoot the best percentage, but the pressure he put on the defense allowed for the likes of Mutombo, Theo Ratliff, Tyrone Hill, and others to get offensive rebounds and finish. New Orleans unable to score. Knicks come down and get a 3 from Reggie Bullock. So the Knicks open up a 10-point lead. They're on a 17-2 run over the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds. So Stan Van Gundy has to call a timeout to try to stop the bleeding. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. And we're back as New Orleans gets possession out of that timeout. It's good to see Northern Noel back on the floor. The Pelicans look to get a basket inside. Zion is blocked. Steven Adams there on the offensive glass. He can't get the basket to fall, but Zion gets the offensive rebound, and he's able to score over Nerlens Noel to get that basket. Zion now with 9 points here in the first half. So we look at the replay as Steven Adams misses the layup. Zion gets the rebound over Julius Randle and then goes straight up at Nerlens Noel to get the finish. So 43-35, Knicks lead New Orleans. New Orleans actually, as we look at Zion explode to the rim off the 2-foot jump, finishes strong with the left hand tomahawk slam. So we look at the Pelicans. They actually lead the league with 14 second chance points per game. A lot of that has to do with Steven Adams and Zion just really dominating and utilizing their size in the post and in the paint area. Look at Brandon Ingram attacking the basket prior to getting fouled. But Zion Williamson trying to get himself going. He hasn't been the most efficient tonight, but he's definitely trying to get going as New Orleans trails by 8 now. Working in the pick and roll with Brandon Ingram. Zion can't get the finish. He's trying to work different floaters in this game. He was going left, shot it, went off the back rim. Knicks able to get it to Julius Randle, and Randle able to get a basket over Zion Williamson. So Knicks back up by 10, 47-37. Zion looking to respond. Dribble handoff to Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe gets the basket to fall. Derrick Rose finds Nerlens Noel at the rim. Great rim running there from Nerlens Noel. Great court vision from Derrick Rose to find him streaking left down the lane. He gets a two-hand slam. So it's a 10-point game again. Back and forth we go. Ingram going to Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe takes contact. He would have been better shooting trying to shoot. He would have been better suited trying to shoot that. We look at the replay of Nerlens Noel's dunk. Running the left sideline, able to crash the lane, and Derrick Rose found him in stride for that two-hand slam. Rose heads to the bench. Coming back into the game is Elfrid Payton. So 7 on the shot clock. Ingram at the rim. Can't finish the layup. Offensive rebound by Steven Adams. Kicks it out. Zion with the basketball at the top of the key. Guarded by Randle. Takes a double team. Kicks out to Eric Bledsoe. 3-point shot for Bledsoe. No good. Offensive rebound, Steven Adams. And we got a foul. Foul against the Knicks. They're trying hard to box out Steven Adams. Steven Adams is just a force inside, especially on the glass. When you look at his rebounding, he isn't the most prolific, but if you look at his offensive rebound, it's just second to none. Look at Steven Adams' numbers so far this season, only averaging 9 rebounds. But if you look at his offensive rebounds, he averages 4 offensive rebounds per game. 9 on the shot clock. Eric Bledsoe has his shot blocked by Nerlens Noel. Rebounded by R.J. Barrett. He goes to Randle, guarded by Zion Williamson. In the post, 17 on the shot clock, and Randle is fouled shooting a fadeaway. So the Knicks are trying to attack Zion as much as they can to get him in foul trouble. You go back to New Orleans' previous game against the Washington Wizards, Zion actually fouled out, fouling Russell Westbrook on a jump shot in overtime. Randle tonight, 10 points. Again, he hasn't been the most efficient from the field, but he's been in attack mode. He has 11. Knicks lead by 11, so it's the difference in the game right now. Randall makes both free throws. So Knicks lead by 12, 2:36 remaining in the first half. 51-39. Najee Marshall handling the basketball, pick and roll with Zion. Zion dribble handoff to Eric Bledsoe. Kicks out to Marshall. Najee Marshall for three, misses it off the front rim. Another offensive rebound for Steven Adams. And we got a jump ball. This jump ball will be between Adams and Randall. 12 on the shot clock. And again, even though the Pelicans aren't getting their shots to fall, Adams is active. Adams is attacking. Adams is trying to create multiple possessions for this Pelicans team to get them back into the game. And Adams wins the tip-off. Pardon me, wins the jump ball. 3-point shot from Zion Williamson. No good. Shot that from the right wing. Misses it horribly. Zion not the best shooter so far this year. Only shooting 0.5 threes a game. Shooting 33%. But if you look at his field goal percentage, he shoots 62%. So you see where most of his points come from. Julius Randle trying to score again over Zion Williamson. Great defense from Zion Williamson on that right block. But again, Julius Randle just really attacking him. And Randle able to get that score. So Randle, even though he's 4 for 10 from the floor, he has 14 points and is able to put the Knicks up by 14. But New Orleans responds with a jumper from James Nunnally. Nunnally, a two-way player out of UC Santa Barbara. You look at the field goal this quarter, New Orleans 8 of 23, the Knicks 12 of 20. Randle getting guarded by Zion. On that right block, gets another jumper to fall. So Randle's taking it to Zion. Randle's taking it to Zion right now. We have 1 minute remaining in the first half. New Orleans trails by 14. Brandon Ingram pull-up jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Zion, and he's fouled. So we look at Randle working that right block, isolating Zion, jab step, step back jumper, beautiful. Beautiful jumper there by Randle. Tonight, 16 points, 5 of 11 from the field, so his field goal percentage is starting to level off. He started really bad. He started 2 of 7. Since then, he's been working his way back. Zion tonight, 5 of 10 from the floor, 11 points. First free throw misses short. This season, Zion shooting 70%. He's very streaky at times. He could go on a stretch where he's making them, or he could start like today where he's missing free throws short. He hasn't really figured out how to master the touch just yet, but he's definitely improved from the free throw line going back to last year. Last year he shot 64%. So he's improved 6 percentage points. It's a 13-point game right now, 55-42. Under a minute remaining. Knicks on a 5-game winning streak. They're 3 games over 500, 30-27. Step back three for Randle. Goes off the back rim. Rebounded by Brandon Ingram. Ingram looking to set up Zion in the post, but it's stolen by Julius Randle. Knicks able to get out and run. RJ Barrett at the rim. The layup is good. So Randle continues to build on his points tonight. 12 points for RJ Barrett. At the rim, we look at the score for Zion Williamson. So it's a 13-point game, last possession for the Knicks. Randle with the basketball. He has 16 points. All 16 of his points have come here in the second quarter. Randle, 2 on the shot clock, step back 3 over Zion, off the back rim, no good. So the Knicks able to turn around here in the second quarter and create much separation. We look at the premier matchup between Zion and Julius Randle. Zion with 14, Randle with 16. We look at what the Knicks have done here in the second quarter. A lot of that has come from the three-point line. We look at the three-point shooting for the Knicks, 6 of 15. New Orleans just 1 of 12. They outscored New Orleans in that second quarter by 7. Pardon me. They outscored the Pelicans in that quarter by 19. A lot of that, like I said, the three-point shot, Julius Randle got going. We look at the scoring for Zion, 6 of 11 from the floor. Brandon Ingram only 3 of 9. Steven Adams, 4 of 5 from the floor, but he only got 1 shot in the second quarter. In the first quarter, he was 4 of 4. Eric Bledsoe, 1 of 5. Lonzo Ball, 0 of 4. You look at what the Knicks have done. I mentioned Julius Randle with his 16. RJ Barrett with 12, 5 of 8 from the floor. He had 2 threes in that first quarter. A big first half for Derrick Rose with 11 points, 4 of 8 from the floor. Taj Gibson gave good minutes as well with 7 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the floor. So the Knicks are finding ways to get contributions from players outside of Julius Randle that have opened up their game. They're attacking. They're getting defensive rebounds, getting out and running. And the turnover differential has been an issue as well. For New Orleans, they have, they have 6 turnovers there in that first quarter. But if in that first half, that's definitely allowed the Knicks to reset their defense when they've had to. They've been able to get out and run and find easy baskets. So that's definitely been an issue. So we'll see what the second half has in store as the New York Knicks lead by 13, 57-44. Stay tuned for more as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back as we start the second half of the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Knicks lead the Pelicans 57-44. Knicks trying to increase their season-long 5-game winning streak, their longest since the 2012-2013 season. The Knicks outscored the Pelicans 36-19 in that second quarter, and were really led by Julius Randle coming on strong in that second quarter. Shooting, we look at what Julius Randle was able to do in that first half: 16 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, 5 of 13 from the floor, but he really got going from the free throw line. 3-point shot made for Eric Bledsoe. So it should be a 10-point game. 57-47. Floater made by Elfrid Payton off the right block, so it's a 12-point game. Bledsoe looking to attack, draws contact, and that will be an and 1. So Bledsoe's starting to get aggressive. Eric Bledsoe, this is his first year with New Orleans. Bledsoe averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Bledsoe's been a number of places. You look at his time in Phoenix, Milwaukee. A very solid player. He also played for the Clippers as well, started his career with the Clippers. Bledsoe, a very solid player. He doesn't shoot well, but he plays good defense. He's not a prolific passer, but he's a willing passer. He's just a solid player. So RJ Barrett turns over the basketball, trying to get it to Julius Randle. So Knicks not having the second half start that head coach Tom Thibodeau will want. It's a 9-point game right now. New Orleans trying to get back into it. Brandon Ingram trying to find Bledsoe. Bledsoe attacking a floater, gets the basket to fall, so it's back to a 7-point game, 59-52. Bledsoe with 9 points here in this second quarter. Well, to start the second half, he has 10 points, 4 of 8 from the floor. Zion in and out dribble on RJ Barrett, and he gets the basket. So that'll be an and 1 as the Knicks haven't gotten anything going here. New Orleans pushing the pace. If you look at Zion go at his former Duke teammate, and he's fouled by Julius Randle on the back end. In and out dribble with the left hand, uses the Euro step to finish with the left hand. Zion 16.7 of 12 from the floor. Free throw for Zion is good. So it's a 4-point game now, 59-55. Barrett now with, pardon me, they said that fouls on R.J. Barrett instead of Julius Randle. So R.J. now with 4 fouls. And then you got an offensive rebound, offensive foul by Elfrid Payton trying to attack the basket. Eric Bledsoe steps right in, takes that charge. As Payton dips that left shoulder. They call a charge, so New Orleans on the run. Trailing by 4. But they're on the run. Ingram trying to get it to Bledsoe. It's deflected. But Bledsoe recovers it, 9 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper for Bledsoe. Good. So it's a 2-point game now, 59-57. 9:39 left in the third quarter. Coach Tom Thibodeau called that timeout. Tries to stop that bleeding. We'll be back with more as New Orleans is making a run. It's 59-57. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. As the Knicks lead by 2, but they had to call a timeout as Eric Bledsoe led the charge here in the second half. He's had 10 of his 12 points scored here in the early parts of this third quarter. The Knicks have stopped the bleeding just a bit as we get a jumper from Julius Randle, who had an outstanding first half, 16 points in that first half. So that basket continues his prolific ways. Julius Randle now with 18 points, but Brandon Ingram comes right back and scores to keep it a 2-point game, 61-59. Randle back in the post, guarded by Zion Williamson. Both have gone back and forth tonight. Randle misses that first attempt, but the offensive rebound is there for the Knicks, and Reggie Bullock knocks in the 3-point shot. Well, they said that was a long 2, so it's 63-59. Lonzo Ball for 3 from the left corner. He misses it horribly, rebounded by Julius Randle. So Knicks trying to increase their 4-point lead. Randle guarded by Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo Ball gets the steal. He's able to find Zion Williamson attacking the rim, and he's fouled by Julius Randle. Great defense there by Lonzo Ball on Julius Randle. Gets the deflection, and it seemed as if Randle was a little lackadaisical looking to go get that loose ball. And Lonzo never gave up on that effort. Got the steal, found Zion streaking at the rim, and to stop the layup, Randle had to foul. Zion with 18 points. Free throw is made. So it's 63-60. 63-60, 8:16 left here in the third quarter. Second free throw, no good. Another offensive rebound for Steven Adams, but he has it stolen as he tried to get the pass off to Zion. But it's stolen by the Knicks, so 63-60. At the rim, R.J. Barrett scores on Lonzo Ball. So 5-point game, 65-60. R.J. Barrett with 14 points. 10 of those points came in the first quarter. Since then, he's been quiet. Lonzo in that right corner, guarded by Payton. He finds Zion in the post. Zion finds Steven Adams at the rim. Great pass inside from Zion to Steven Adams. Adams able to get that little push shot to go in. Payton looking to go to Nerlens Noel. Nerlens had a scare earlier in the first half trying to block Brandon Ingram. He went down and was on the ground for a substantial period of time. He actually had to leave the game, but he returned and is still being an anchor inside. Basket no good by the Knicks as they missed a layup inside. So Pelicans with the basketball. They can tie this game with the 3 or cut it to 1 with the 2. Let's see what happens. 7 minutes left in the third. Steven Adams trying to roll off the screen he set for Brandon Ingram. Ingram tried to find him at the rim, but it was deflected out of bounds on the pass. So 8 seconds left on the shot clock. New Orleans trails by 3. Eric Bledsoe, left wing, pull-up jumper, misses it horribly. He gets the offensive rebound and saves it to Steven Adams. Inside for Zion. At the rim, layup is good. Great pass inside from Lonzo Ball, and Zion is picking up his scoring. He was definitely being gone at by Julius Randle in that first half, but Zion stayed the course, being aggressive. He has 20 points now. R.J. Barrett looking to drive and kick. He kicks it out to Elfrid Payton. 10 on the shot clock for Payton. Looking to attack, gets a floater up. He misses it, and the putback is there for Nerlens Noel. So 67-64. We approach 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Zion Williamson dribble handoff from Steven Adams. Looking to attack inside. Contact is there. No call. Layup is missed by Zion. Strong rebound for Nerlens Noel. Reggie Bullock gets it to Zion, gets it to Randle, who's guarded by Zion. And we got a jump ball. It's a good effort there defensively by Zion guarding Julius Randle. We got a jump ball. 11 on the shot clock. As we look at this, it was a block. I don't think it was a jump ball. It was more so a block, but they say it's a jump ball between Ingram and Randle. Randle wanted the foul. I don't think it was a foul, but I do think it was just a block. They could have continued the possession. Zion heads to the bench. James Johnson comes in. And the tip is won by the Knicks, but the tip went out of bounds. So 67-64, New Orleans basketball. Knicks lead by 3. Knicks on a 5-game winning streak, their longest since the 2012-2013 season. Brandon Ingram with 9 points tonight, make that 11 as he makes a jumper. So it's back to a 1-point game, 67-66. 5 of 11 from the field is Ingram. Ingram blocks R.J. Barrett, but they call a foul. Tough call there. As Ingram has tried to pick up his defense over the last couple of possessions, he actually blocked. He blocked Julius Randle, which turned into a jump ball in possession for New Orleans. And he blocks R.J. Barrett here. They call a foul. Barrett, as I mentioned, 10 points in that first quarter, knocked down 2 threes. Since then, only 4 points. First free throw here is good. RJ this season, very, very streaky in terms of his shooting. Overall, he's averaging 17 points per game. Starting to come into his own. He makes both free throws, so it's a 3-point game. At the rim, Steven Adams had an opportunity for a floater, instead kicks it out to Lonzo Ball, who knocks in the 3. So Lonzo Ball knocking down the 3. That's his first basket of the game, his first point of the game. Game tied at 69. Randle looking to drive, kicks out to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose had 11 points in that first half. Rose is blocked by Eric Bledsoe. So New Orleans looking to take their first lead in a while. At the rim, Bledsoe finds Steven Adams. Adams going up against Todd Gibson is fouled. Both go back to their Oklahoma City Thunder days where they had to work together in the paint to assist the likes of Russell Westbrook on his quest for that 2017 MVP. I'm sure both have had battles in the post and practice. They know each other well. Adams, 10 points tonight. He's been a killer on the glass for New Orleans, especially on the offensive glass. He misses the first free throw. 4:41 left in the third quarter. New Orleans has worked their way back into this game. Second free throw for Adams, no good. Rebounded by R.J. Barrett. Barrett picked up by Brandon Ingram. Barrett takes a screen by Gibson, trying to work into the paint, kicks out to Reggie Bullock. Najee Marshall guarding Bullock. Bullock takes a screen from Gibson. Moving off the ball, Bullock knocks down that jumper. So it's a 2-point game now, 71-69. Knicks lead. New Orleans gets it to Steven Adams. Steven Adams kicks it out to Bledsoe. Bledsoe knocks down the three from the left wing. So New Orleans takes a 1-point lead. Bledsoe's had a huge third quarter for New Orleans to work their way back into this game. They're up by 1. Bullock in the left corner, again working the 2-man game with Gibson. Dribble handoff, working off the ball, pulls up from the left block and knocks down the jumper. So we're in the seesaw game now. Knicks back up by 1, 73-72. Steven Adams trying to work the dribble handoff with Ingram. It's blown up by Bullock. Instead, Adams has to go to James Johnson. Najee Marshall thought about a 3, trying to go to Ingram, and it's out of bounds. Bullock almost had a steal as that pass from Marshall to Ingram was well diagnosed. All right, so 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Ingram, pull-up jumper. He misses it off the back rim. Jackson Hayes gets the offensive rebound for New Orleans. Ingram trying to attack again, contact, and we got a foul. So Ingram looking to give New Orleans back the 1-point lead. Ingram's been somewhat quiet tonight. Only 5 of 12 on the season, averaging 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I mentioned his coming out party last year. He was an all-star. Looking at what he did, he was the most improved player. This year, his numbers are up 0.5 of a point. His assists are up as well. So he definitely looking to be more of a facilitator with Zion, playing off of their scoring ability to set up others. Ingram goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line so far this season, shooting 89% from the free throw line. So that miss he had on the first one was a rare miss. Game tied at 73. Derrick Rose looking to get a floater inside over Bledsoe, no good. Ingram comes down with the rebound. Behind the back dribble from Ingram, gets inside, kicks out to Johnson. 3-point shot is no good. Offensive rebound goes to Hayes. He gets it to Bledsoe for 3, in and out on that 3. That would have been a big 3 for New Orleans. Bledsoe's been hot here in his third quarter. Derrick Rose looking to probe. He takes the screen from Gibson, works his way inside, kicks it out to He kicks it out to Obi Toppin. Toppin finds R.J. Barrett. Barrett with the Euro step and layup opportunity. He misses it, so the New Orleans is able to get out and run. Jackson Hayes at the rim is fouled from behind by Reggie Bullock. So when we come back from this timeout, New Orleans will have an opportunity to go up by 2. 73-73 with 2:19 left in the third. Stay tuned as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. 2:19 left here in the third quarter. The New Orleans Pelicans now lead the New York Knicks by 1 as Jackson Hayes makes the first free throw. He makes both. So Pelicans up by 2 now as Zion Williamson comes back into the game. Derrick Rose with the basketball, guarded by Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe has been a catalyst for this New Orleans run here in the third quarter. Great pass inside from Julius Randle to accept the double team from New Orleans, and he found Todd Gibson under the basket for a 2-hand slam. So game tied at 75. We look at the field goals here in the third. New Orleans 11 of 17. Knicks shooting efficiently as well at 8 and 16. As Zion Williamson tries to get inside with a left-hand floater, he misses it. R.J. Barrett cut off by James Johnson on the right block. At the rim, though, probing to the left side with his left hand, R.J. Barrett able to score. So Knicks back up by 2, 1:30 left in the third. Barrett, 7 of 11 from the floor, 18 points. Najee Marshall is fouled by Frank Ntilikina. Ntilikina's first action here tonight. 1:24 left. Marshall looking to tie the game. First free throw for Marshall is good. Second free throw for Marshall is good. So we're tied at 77. Knicks were up by 13 going into the second half. Julius Randle able to draw the foul against Zion with that sweep through and fadeaway jumper across the lane. He doesn't make it, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Both of these two guys have been going at it. The way they're utilized by their teams are very, very similar. Randle is about 2 inches taller than Zion, but Zion weighs about 30 pounds more. So there's that. But again, they're both utilized in similar ways. And when you look at what Randle has been able to do this season, this has been a career year in all aspects, being his numbers, his overall impact on winning. He's definitely had a career year. Zion's only in year 2. So to see him averaging 27 points per game, shooting 60%, he's only the second player in NBA history to do that. Average over 25 points and shoot 60%. The last player to do that was Kevin McHale in 1987. Eric Bledsoe thought he was going to get fouled. No call. He tried to anticipate the contact and took a bad one-leg three-point shot. No call, though. Knicks able to get out and run. Derrick Rose had an opportunity at a mid-range jumper. Couldn't get it to fall, but offensive rebound by Todd Gibson. Able to reset with Julius Randle. Randle at the rim finds Derrick Rose. Rose has his shot deflected. And possession will stay with the Knicks. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. 35.6 seconds left in the quarter. Derrick Rose, baseline out of bounds on the inbound, goes to Julius Randle. 3-point shot for Randle goes off the side of the backboard. And the alley-oop opportunity for Zion is there as Eric Bledsoe is able to run the two-man game with him. Zion set up the pass, knowing the opportunity for the alley was there. Bledsoe from the right side threw it back to the left side, and a two-hand slam is there for Zion. So 79-79. 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Shot by Randle, no good. Offensive rebound by Todd Gibson, and he's blocked by Jackson Hayes. 3-point shot at the buzzer for R.J. Barrett. He misses it, and we will go into the fourth with the game tied at 79. So stay tuned for more, as this is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. New Orleans versus New York. Game tied at 79. Welcome back. As we start this fourth, Pelicans get a quick basket to start the fourth quarter, leading 81-79. At the rim, Najee Marshall kicks out to Kara Lewis for 3 from the left wing. Kara Lewis knocks in a three-pointer. So that gives New Orleans a 5-point lead, 84-79. At the rim, Derrick Rose responds quickly. And Knicks trail by 3 now, 84-81. This has been a game of runs. The first half was dominated by the Knicks. They were able to get key three-point shooting, and Julius Randle got going there in that second quarter. To start that third, though, Eric Bledsoe was really the catalyst to get New Orleans back into the game. And since then, they've been able to sustain. R.J. Barrett takes a three-point shot from the left wing, unable to get it to fall. It falls short. Possession goes to New Orleans. So 10:33 left in the fourth. This is Isaiah Rhodes. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Knicks trying to get their sixth consecutive win. That would be their longest winning streak since the 2013 season. Turnover by James Johnson as he tries to go baseline, tries to kick it back out, but it sails out of bounds. So 10:16 left. Knicks basketball trailing by 3. On the floor for the Knicks, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, Julius Randle, and R.J. Barrett. For New Orleans, Zion Williamson, James Johnson, Jackson Hayes, Kara Lewis, and Najee Marshall. 3-point shot for Quickly. Good. So game tied at 84. Zion Williamson picked up by Julius Randle on the right wing. Crossover dribble by Zion, trying to work his way back into the lane. He's out of control, turns over the basketball. Knicks were prepared for that spin move. Derrick Rose trying to find R.J. Barrett in the right corner, but he steps out of bounds. But great defense by the Knicks against Zion Williamson as he went left to right crossover, tried to spin back left. Taj Gibson was there, prepared for the trap, and Zion turned over the basketball. Zion tonight, 24 points, 10 of 17 from the floor. Randle, 20 points, 6 of 20 from the floor. Zion at the rim has it deflected, stolen. Emmanuel Quickly trying to get it back to Randle, and Randle slams it home. So good effort there by the Knicks. They're loading up on Zion, and he has to learn how to adjust. He's turned over the basketball on 2 straight possessions. He's looking for communication from his teammates, but in a lot of ways, especially as a star, you have to feel the double teams coming. You have to feel the contact. A lot of times he's going up anticipating. Jackson Hayes inside. He's fouled under the rim by Derrick Rose. Knicks lead by 2, though, 86-84. The premier matchup tonight, Julius Randle versus Zion Williamson. Williamson still efficient. He's always going to be efficient. He's getting his points. He has 24. Randle has 22. Randle not shooting the best from the floor, but he's getting to the free throw line. 9 minutes left. Dribble handoff to Najee Marshall. Pull-up jumper for Marshall off the back rim. No good. Rebounded by Derrick Rose. Rose now picked up by Zion Williamson. 10 on the shot clock. Quickly trying to find Randle. Randle with the mismatch guarded by Najee Marshall, but he dribbles it off his foot with 4.8 left. Najee Marshall tried to save it, but he went out of bounds. And we look at this drive by Zion. When we look at the replay, he was fouled by Taj Gibson going up in the air. Refs didn't call it. We look at R.J. Barrett. He has a shot blocked by Jackson Hayes. Kara Lewis on the run. Can he get the bucket? He cannot. Rebounded by Taj Gibson. So the game is picking up now. R.J. Barrett driving, looking to set up Randle, and he gets a slam as the initial pass towards Randle was deflected, but no Pelican was there to pick up the deflection. Randle was there with tenacity and urgency and got the 2-hand slam. So it's a 2-possession game now. Knicks lead by 4, 88-84. Head coach Stan Van Gundy has to call a timeout to stop the momentum as the Knicks are making their run. Welcome back as Knicks have a 2-possession lead over New Orleans. New Orleans able to come back there in that third quarter and really open up a 5-point lead here in the fourth. Zion with 4 on the shot clock has to get a shot off. He misses. Offensive rebound by Zion. He goes right back up and is able to finish. Great effort there as well by Jackson Hayes to tip it to Zion prior to him getting the offensive rebound. Randle pull-up jumper over Zion, no good. Rebounded by Zion. So it's a 2-point game. New Orleans trails by 2. Ingram, pull-up jumper, free throw line extended is good. So game tied at 88. And we got a timeout by head coach Tom Thibodeau with 7:27 left in the fourth. This is a game of runs. We go back and forth. New Orleans went up by 5 here in the fourth. Then the Knicks went up by 4. And then New Orleans has responded by tying the game. We'll be back with more as this is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Knicks look to take the lead. They do on the Julius Randle attack to the basket, working his way to his dominant hand, the left hand. He's able to finish off the left side of the rim. So Randle tonight not shooting the most efficient, only 2 rebounds as well, but he has 26 points. Najee Marshall at the rim is fouled, working his way right. He spins back left and will look to tie the game. We look at the Knicks' defensive efficiency this season. They were 23rd in the league last year. They're 3rd in the league this year. That is a byproduct of what Tom Thibodeau brings to the team. His mentality is defense first, defense always. And a lot of people have given him flack for his the way he uses his rotations at times. He tends to play players a bit too much, probably overworking them, depending on who you ask. But a lot of that just has to do with the commitment to the defensive end. If you are committed to the defensive end, he uses you ad nauseum. And I think that just has established the type of teams that he wants to have. This Knicks team definitely wasn't the defensive team they are now, and he's definitely adjusted to his personnel in that way. Julius Randle misses another shot. Lonzo Ball comes down, tries to get a three-pointer to fall, can't get it to fall. Emmanuel Quigley misses a 3, and Lonzo gets the rebound. So back and forth we go as the game is tied at 90. 3-point shot by Brandon Ingram misses horribly off the right side of the backboard, and rebound is there for Taj Gibson. So we're halfway through this fourth quarter. We look at the 3-point shots for both teams. New Orleans 5 of 21. The Knicks are 7 of 21 from 3. Good closeout by Zion Williamson as he steals the shot attempt by Julius Randle, and strong finish by Zion over Julius as he gets the steal and is able to finish. Now, Randle's been going at Zion all night. That steal there by Zion came up huge defensively. Zion with 28 points, 12 of 21 from the floor. Randle again, guarded by Zion. Attacking that baseline is Randle. Step back jumper, good. Randle going right back at Zion. Both competing at a high level. That's what this game is about. Stars coming to play when it matters most. We approach 5 minutes remaining. Zion thought about a 3, takes the 3, he misses the 3. The rebound was there for Steven Adams, but he couldn't quite corral it. Emmanuel Quigley at the top of the key gets it to Reggie Bullock. Bullock airball 3. That was probably the easiest shot he had all game. He probably didn't realize he would be that open. But we look at the replay by Zion off of the steal. Great closeout by Zion there. And the entire way on the dribble, took contact from Randle, still able to power up and get that layup. And then Randle comes right back, working that right block, drives baseline, step back jumper, able to knock it down. Both players are left-handed as well. So that plays into how they're able to use mismatches to their advantage, because most players are right-handed. It's very difficult to defend a left-handed player. Zion attacking, kicks out to Bledsoe. Bledsoe for 3 from the left corner. The 3 is good. Bledsoe's had a huge second half here. They say that's a long 2. They'll probably review that. Well, they do give him the 3. So it's a 3-pointer, 95-92. R.J. Barrett, pull-up jumper, free throw line extended. No good. Rebounded by Bledsoe. So Pelicans up 3. This game is far from over as both teams have made runs continuously. Bledsoe at the rim. Finds Steven Adams. Floater inside, no good. Fighting for that rebound is Zion. Contact, and we got a foul. That's just the force of Zion Williamson. If you can see, He comes from the left side of the paint, able to jump over 3 Knicks players to get that rebound. He finishes on the right side, still able to grab the ball, power up while players are at his feet falling, takes the contact, and will be going to the free throw line. RJ Barrett in 36 minutes, 18 points. He fouls out. RJ had a strong first quarter. Since then, he's kind of been hit or miss. His field goal attempts have decreased over the course of the game, but he's definitely a body that Tom Thibodeau uses on a consistent basis. I mean, even with him fouling out, we still have 4 minutes to play, and he's already played 36 minutes. So that goes to show you how much he's used in Thibodeau's rotation. So Zion will go to the free throw, going to the free throw line, looking to increase the Pelicans lead to 5, which would be a 2-possession game. First free throw for Zion is good. So it's a 4-point lead now, 2-possession game. Coming into the game for the Knicks is Nerlens Noel. Second free throw for Zion is good. So despite his struggles from the line today, he's come up huge here when it matters most. We got a foul by Lonzo Ball. He fouls Elfrid Payton. We look at Zion comes out of the game. He has to go back to the locker room. We have to see what that's about. Elfrid Payton for 3. He misses it off the side of the rim. Lonzo Ball looking to push the pace. At the rim, the layup is good. So Lonzo Ball with his second basket of the game. Pelicans up by 7 now, 99-92. 3:35 left in the fourth quarter. Julius Randle guarded by James Johnson. Johnson, good defense on Randle. Randle has to kick out to Reggie Bullock. Then they reset, get it back to Randle. Randle step back 3, no good. Fighting for that rebound, tipped out by Nerlens Noel. Great effort on the offensive glass there. Derrick Rose going off the dribble, looking to find Randle inside. Is stolen as the miscommunication there by Randle and Rose. Lonzo, 3-point shot off the back rim, rebounded by Reggie Bullock. Knicks looking to cut into the 7-point deficit. Derrick Rose with the crossover, left to right. He goes up for the reverse. He's fouled by James Johnson. 2:50 left here in the fourth. New Orleans trying to finish this game, but I'm sure they're worried about Zion and why he had to go back to the locker room. No word yet as to why he's going back, but New Orleans will probably have to finish out this game without their leading scorer, who's scored 30 points tonight. Derrick Rose makes the first free throw, so it's a 6-point game. Rose tonight had a huge, so he's on the floor. He's not in the locker room. He's on the bench, getting stretched out. So maybe he's cramping. He's getting stretched out. It's good to see he's not in the locker room. All right, it's a 6-point game as Rose goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 99-93. Can New Orleans hold on? Pull-up jumper for Brandon Ingram, no good. On the offensive glass is Steven Adams. He's been a bully on the offensive glass. They reload. Brandon Ingram for 3. He misses that. Offensive rebound again for Steven Adams. Trying to find a teammate. He kicks it out to Lonzo Ball. Lonzo thought about a 3. He goes to James Johnson. James Johnson attacks. Can't get the layup. There was contact there. No call. We're approaching 2 minutes remaining. Look at Julius Randle trying to kick it out to Derrick Rose in the right corner. There's a deflection. 17 seconds left on the clock. Zion comes back into the game. Zion comes into the game for Johnson. So Johnson gave good minutes to spell Zion for a quick rest. Payton has to call a timeout as Pelicans were prepared defensively on that inbound. 2:12 left here in the fourth. Pelicans up 6. Zion Williamson back into the game. 30 points, 12 of 22 from the floor, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. The Knicks, who had the lead going into the second half, have struggled here in the second half to sustain that lead, and the Pelicans were able to turn it around with effort and tenacity. So we'll be back to see if the Knicks can work their way back into the game and maybe win their sixth consecutive game of the season, or will the Pelicans come into New York and still a win? We'll be back. Welcome back. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the fourth. The New York Knicks trail the New Orleans Pelicans by 6, 99-93. Emmanuel Quigley trying to work the paint. Kicks out to Derrick Rose. 9 on the shot clock with the layup inside. Good attack there by Derrick Rose as he was able to play New Orleans against themselves. They closed out too hard on his three-point shot. He was able to get inside and get a layup over Steven Adams. Eric Bledsoe right back with the scoop layup over Nerlens Noel. Nerlens, a great shot blocker in his own right. Eric Bledsoe had to time that to get it just over the outstretched arms of Nerlens Noel. So it's back to a 6-point game, 140 remaining. 101-95 Pelicans lead New York. We look at Brandon Ingram guarding his former teammate Julius Randle. He kicks out to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose coming up huge here in the fourth. Rose knocks down a 3 to cut that 6-point deficit in half, 101-98. 123 left here in the fourth. Bledsoe looking to respond to D. Rose, looking to work the left baseline, trying to find Zion. Zion wasn't quite ready on that catch. So Knicks looking to tie this game with a 3 or cut it to 1. They get it to Randle. Randle dribble handoff to D. Rose. Rose guarded by Brandon Ingram. 1 minute remaining. D. Rose behind the back dribble. Trying to get inside. He kicks out to Bullock. 3 on the shot clock. Quigley at the rim. The layup is no good. Rebounded by Nerlens Noel, but he's fouled by Lonzo Ball to prevent that layup. Good foul there by Lonzo. It was risky because Nerlens could have made that layup and it would have been an and-one opportunity, but Nerlens misses. And Nerlens at the free throw line, he isn't horrible, but he isn't knocked down either. So there's a possibility he could miss one of these. So if I'm New Orleans, I'm ready to rebound. But Nerlens has been a very solid performer for the Knicks, especially in the paint and down the stretch of games. He makes the first, so it's a 2-point game now. 101-99. Nerlens tonight, 9.7 rebounds, 1 block. Second free throw for Nerlens is good. So it's a 1-point game, 50.6 seconds left. Can New Orleans hold on, or will the Knicks come back here in the fourth? Knicks on a 5-0 run. They go to Zion. Zion gets it to Lonzo, and Lonzo goes back to Zion and is stolen. Good defense there in the paint for the Knicks. It's a 9-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 12 on the clock. Emmanuel Quigley's floater, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Zion comes away with it, trying to get it to Ingram, and Ingram is fouled. Great effort there by Zion to chase down that rebound. We look at Quigley. Quigley tried to get the floater inside. It goes off the rim, tipped out by Ingram, and then Zion chases it down on the baseline, able to find Brandon Ingram. So Knicks had a foul to give. It's 14.8 seconds left. Can the Pelicans inbound the ball? They do, and they're able to utilize some clock. Bledsoe trying to dribble out time. Okay, so it's 7.8 left. The Knicks tried to trap and get a steal. Pelicans able to move the basketball. If I was the Pelicans, I would have tried to keep the ball in Brandon Ingram's hands. They elected to move the basketball. Bledsoe has had an exceptional game tonight. 20 points. He shoots 73% from the free throw line on the season. First free throw for Bledsoe was good. So it's a 2-point game, 102 to 100. At 73%, there's a chance he may miss. You never know. You got to be prepared to rebound if you're the Knicks. If you're Bledsoe, you got to be prepared to just shoot it with confidence, no matter what the result. Second free throw, good. Clutch free throws there for Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe has performed exceptionally here in the second half. 2 points in the first half, 20 in the second half for a total of 22. Knicks trail by 3, 7.8 remaining. They've gotten timely three-point shots from Reggie Bullock, Derrick Rose, R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett is fouled out of this game, so he won't be on the floor. Emmanuel Quigley is a solid three-point shooter as well. Plus, he doesn't lack for confidence. So if you're the Knicks, you have to be prepared to tell everybody on the floor to be ready to shoot. Also, Julius Randle, who isn't the best three-point shooter, but he's a willing three-point shooter who can knock it down. We look at the pre-mint matchup tonight between Zion and Julius. Zion Williamson, 30 points, 12 of 22 from the floor, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Julius Randle, 28 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. He shot 10 of 27 from the floor, and he's 1 of 7 from 3. Nevertheless, you know he'll be involved as a playmaker, regardless of if he shoots the ball or not. He's always the Knicks' go-to guy, so we have to prepare to see what Tom Thibodeau will draw up here. 7.8 left here in the fourth. Knicks went into the half up by 13. So we look at the lineup that the Pelicans have on the floor. You got Randle, guarded by Zion. You got Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball, Najee Marshall, and Brandon Ingram. The Knicks have Derrick Rose, Reggie Bullock, Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quigley, and Julius Randle. Derrick Rose gets it to Kevin Knox, dribble handoff to D Rose. D Rose draws and kicks out to Reggie Bullock. 3-point shot is good. So great play set up there as Derrick Rose able to attack the basket, use a quick hesitation dribble to explode to the rim, and the anticipation by Najee Marshall and Lonzo for a layup gave a split second to allow Reggie Bullock to get a clean shot off, as Lonzo Ball did close out cleanly. He didn't foul him, but that small hesitation dribble by Derrick Rose, just enough to create some time to get a clean shot for Reggie Bullock to knock down from the left corner. So the game is tied at 103. 2.3 seconds left. What will Stanley and Gundy draw up for New Orleans? This game has been a great game where both teams have been able to scrap and claw their way back from deficits. I mentioned the Knicks being up by 13 going into the second half. The Knicks weren't able to stop Eric Bledsoe there in that third quarter. He gave a spark for New Orleans in a way that allowed for them to tie the game going into the fourth. And they went up by as many as 6 here in the fourth quarter. But that start to the fourth really gave New Orleans some momentum. Since then, though, we've had a seesaw game back and forth. Reggie Bullock with that 3 has 12 points tonight, 5 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3. So we look at this possession for New Orleans. They come out with Lonzo Ball inbounding. You got Najee Marshall, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Eric Bledsoe. For the Knicks, you got Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel, Elfrid Payton, and Reggie Bullock. So 2.3 left in the fourth. Lonzo looking to inbound. He gets it to Bledsoe. Bledsoe fadeaway jumper over D Rose. No good on the jumper. We will be going to overtime. So great close out there as we go to OT. 103 to 103. Stay tuned for more, as this is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Reggie Bullock hits a three to tie, as it's 103 to 103. Welcome back as we start this overtime session between the New York Knicks and New Orleans Pelicans. Game tied at 103. Zion Williamson with 30 points, 12 of 22 from the floor. Julius Randle, 28 points, 10 of 27 from the floor. Both teams have gotten great balances. The Pelicans have gotten great contributions from Eric Bledsoe with 22 points. Even the likes of Brandon Ingram, who's a 24-point per game scorer this season, hasn't really scored to that level, but he's been making timely baskets tonight for New Orleans, especially when the Knicks load up against Zion. Look at Zion with the ball as Pelicans start the overtime with possession. Brandon Ingram trying to kick it back out to Eric Bledsoe, but it's stolen by Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose at the rim gets a tough layup to fall as he works his way back to the right and finishes over Eric Bledsoe. So costly turnover there by Ingram. 105 to 103. Knicks lead the Pelicans. Zion guarded by Julius Randle, kicks out to Bledsoe. Bledsoe with the floater. Can't get the floater to fall, rebounded by Nerlens Noel. So Knicks looking to take a two-possession lead to start this overtime. Derrick Rose gets it to Randle. Randle alley-oop set up for Nerlens Noel. So Knicks lead by 4 now, 107 to 103. 4 minutes left. Turnovers have been an issue for New Orleans. At the top of the key, Zion guarded by Randle. Takes contact, and he'll be going to the free throw line for 2. That's one thing about Zion. He's going to put pressure on you defensively. But we look at the alley-oop set up by Randle. That came off of a missed shot from Eric Bledsoe. Knicks able to get out and run. Bledsoe able to draw the defense and set up that alley-oop. This free throw here by Zion is good. So Zion with 31. Knicks lead by 3 now. Second free throw by Zion is good. So it's a 2-point game, 107 to 105. Knicks have started this OT with 4 straight points before those 2 free throws. Reggie Bullock knocked down a huge 3 to tie the game at 103 for the Knicks. He gets it to Randle. Randle on the left block, guarded by Zion. Pelicans prepared to send the double team. He kicks out to Quigley. Quigley for 3. In and out. Tough miss there. Good setup by Randle to find the 3-point opportunity. Just couldn't fall. Pelicans get it to Zion. Zion working the paint again. Looking to spin back left. Almost turned it over. Kicks it out to Ingram. Ingram with 7 on the shot clock. Guarded by Reggie Bullock. Can he get a shot off? They get it to Bledsoe. Bledsoe for 3. In and out. No good. So tough misses both ways on the 3-point side. Knicks with the 2-point lead and possession. Derrick Rose looking to attack. Kicks out to Randle. Randle thought about a 3. Close out by Ingram. He kicks it to Bullock. Bullock knocks down the right wing 3. Big 3 when it matters most. 2:45 left in OT. Knicks with a 2-possession lead. 110 to 105. Stay tuned for more, as this is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back as the New York Knicks lead New Orleans 110 to 105. 2:45 left here in overtime. Knicks got timely baskets by Reggie Bullock here, and Brandon Ingram trying to attack Nerlens Noel at the rim. It's blocked by Nerlens Noel, but he falls hard to the floor. He's back in the play offensively for the Knicks, so that's good to see. But great defense there at the rim against Brandon Ingram to prevent that dunk. 6 on the shot clock. Julius Randle for the jumper. He misses it, but he's fouled on the closeout by Eric Bledsoe. So the Knicks coming up with the plays that matter down the stretch. We look at this block, by Nerlens Noel to prevent a dunk by Brandon Ingram. Ingram went up with aggression, looking to finish, but big block there by Nerlens Noel. And the Knicks have an opportunity to go up by 3 possessions here. With 2:11 left, as Julius Randle goes to the free throw line. First free throw is good, so it's a 6-point game. 111 to 105. Knicks really clamping down defensively. They forced back-to-back turnovers for New Orleans to start this overtime, and then we see the timely baskets. Free throw by Randle is good, so it's a 7-point game. 2:10 left. Does New Orleans have another run in them? They have to score quickly. They get it to Zion. Zion guarded by Randle, looking to go back door, and it'll be a kick ball. Julius Randle wants Tom Thibodeau to challenge it. He saved the challenge. Knicks up by 7. 2 minutes and 1 second left. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Zion goes to Ingram, and Ingram is fouled by Reggie Bullock. So that's the first foul for the Knicks under 2 minutes remaining. It'll be baseline out of bounds. Pardon me, it'll be sideline out of bounds for New Orleans. And Ingram, pardon me, Bullock will go to the bench, fouling out. But he had a great game tonight. 15.6 of 8 from the floor. Came up with some huge three-point shots, including the three-point shot that actually tied the game for the Knicks. And a 2-point shot for Ingram. No good, but he's fouled. Looks as if Frank Ntilikina might have fouled him. Look at the replay. Yeah, it was Frank Ntilikina. He got up into Ingram's body while he was shooting, so that's a foul. First free throw for Ingram. Good. Ingram this season shooting 89% from the free throw line. So it's back to a 2-possession game. 1:49 left here in the overtime. Ingram tonight 15.6 of 17 from the floor, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. D Rose looking to set up the mismatch with Ingram and, pardon me, it wasn't Ingram, it was Bledsoe. Trying to set up the mismatch between Julius Randle and Bledsoe. Bledsoe tried to jump the pass from D Rose and get this swipe down on Julius Randle, but they call a foul. So it'll be sideline out of bounds for the Knicks. 1:38 left, leading by 5. Rose takes a screen from Noel, guarded by Najee Marshall. Floater inside for D Rose off the back rim, finishes the layup as it goes high up off the back rim and drops right in. Derrick Rose has played exceptional tonight. D Rose with 23 points, 9 of 17 from the floor. At the rim is Zion Williamson for a tough basket. So it's a 5-point game again, 114 to 109. Knicks in control though. With 1:15 left, they can utilize as much clock as possible before getting an efficient shot. Let's see what they do with it. We approach a minute remaining. 8 on the shot clock. Knicks utilizing that clock. Randle has to get a shot up. He will not. He kicks it to Ntilikina, and that'll be a shot. It should be a shot clock violation. It should be a shot clock violation there. Should be a shot clock violation. They allow for that shot to get off, but that was a shot clock violation. So they'll take those 3 points back. Let's see what they do. Because when you look at the replay, it looks close. from the replay, it looks closer than what the time actually was in the game. Well, like from the ticker at the bottom. So let's see what they say. What they say. If this 3-pointer is good, the game is essentially over. See, when they show the ticker, they show the before the shot is even off. Before the shot clock goes off, the ball is still in Randall's hand. But when you look at the backboard camera, it shows that the shot is good. So it's definitely, you got to see how they play this here. From my vantage point, based off of the game clock at the bottom, it's a shot clock violation. But if you go based off the shot clock in the gym, in the arena, they say the basket is good. And they will count the basket, as they say, they went by the backboard, and the basket is good. So it's an 8-point game, 117 to 109. 53 seconds left. That should about do it. I mean, obviously with the 3-point line, anything is possible. But tonight, the Pelicans just have not been efficient from the 3-point line. As Zion has the basketball, he gets it to Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe at the rim trying to get a layup. He misses. The offensive rebound by Bledsoe tries to go right back up. He misses again. And the Knicks with the basketball and an 8-point lead. Emmanuel quickly is fouled. 37 seconds left. The Knicks will continue their winning ways, increasing their winning streak to 6 now. It'll be the longest since the 2012-2013 season, where they won 54 games. They went to the semifinals of the Eastern Conference playoffs, where they lost to Indiana, but that was definitely a great season for New York. Quickly at the free throw line, makes the first, 118 to 109. Second free throw is good, so it's a 10-point game, 119 to 109. Zion Williamson with the basketball, gets it to Ingram. Ingram pulls up for 3, misses it short, but he's fouled. He's fouled on a jump shot by Ntilikina. If you're head coach Tom Thibodeau, that's something you do not want to see, especially with the shot clock stopped. Pelicans get an opportunity to get three opportunities at the line from a great free throw shooter. And we will see if this is challenged. Okay, so we will have a challenge. So we'll be back, and we'll see whether this is a foul on Frank Ntilikina. Nevertheless, Knicks lead by 10 with 30 seconds left. This is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. And they say that the challenge is unsuccessful. They say Frank Ntilikina fouls Ingram shooting the 3. So Ingram comes to the free throw line, 4 or 5 at the free throw line. He makes the first. Second free throw is good. So this is an 8-point game now with 30 seconds left. If Ingram makes this third free throw, it'll be a 7-point game. Knicks still in control, but they'll have to make sure that they have an efficient possession here. Make sure you get it in the right person's hands that can make free throws. Randall able to find Quigley, who shoots 90%. He gets it to Nerlens Noel for the 2-hand slam. They anticipated the trap from New Orleans. Okay, so they say that Quigley is fouled prior to the pass to Nerlens. So quickly goes to the free throw line, 10th in the NBA in free throw percentage at 90%. So the Knicks are definitely comfortable with the rookie going to the free throw line under pressure to get these free throws. This is a tough loss for New Orleans, especially as they fight to position themselves in playoff contention. They're 11th in the West. The 7th to 10 seeds get in the playoff play-in tournament to establish the final two seeds for both conferences. So you want to have that shot. With this talent, they shouldn't be uh, in a play-in tournament. They should be solidified at least within the first six slots in their conference. But you know, this season in particular, dealing with COVID, dealing with protocol, teams having to miss games or have games be postponed, players being in and out of the lineup. It's definitely a challenge all the way around. But when you look at how this Pelicans team has blown games this season, they've had games where they've been up by 7 with 15 seconds left, 20 seconds left, and still found ways to lose. Uh, Games that they've led for 38 minutes of the game end up losing. When you look at that type of uh, execution down the stretch and challenge of finishing games, it definitely has put them in position to where they're 6 games under 500. But it's still a lot of games to be played. You got about 15 games left. Can they turn it around? We'll see. So they say that the foul on Quigley was a clear path foul. He misses the first, he'll get the second. He'll get the second, and the second free throw was good. So Knicks go up by 8, 120 to 112, and they get the possession with 27 seconds left. This game is just about over. Look at the stats tonight. Knicks shooting 47%, Pelicans shooting 41%. From three, Pelicans shot 23%, while the Knicks shot 38%. We look at the timeout by Tom Thibodeau to prevent the 5-second violation. 120 to 112, Knicks looking to seal their 6th consecutive win of the season, the longest since the 2012-2013 season. Uh, this was a tough, scrappy game where both teams had to battle to put themselves in position to win. It's been a game of runs. New Orleans went into the second quarter up 4. The Knicks went into the second half up 13, but they're in that third quarter. The Pelicans outscored the Knicks by 13, so we go into the fourth tied, and then in the fourth quarter, the Pelicans had the game. They were up by 6 with about a minute and 30 seconds left. Yet the Knicks still found a way to tie the game with a three-pointer from Reggie Bullock with 2.3 seconds left, and on the Pelicans' final possession of regulation, Eric Bledsoe got a fadeaway jumper from the right block, but Derrick Rose closed out and blocked it at the buzzer. Then going into overtime, the Knicks able to solidify the game, maximizing off of Pelicans' turnovers, and they were able to knock down timely three-point shots, more specifically by Reggie Bullock, to give the Knicks a 5-point lead. And since then, they've been able to just hold on. We look at the premier matchup tonight, scoring-wise. Zion with 34 points, 13 to 23 from the floor, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. You look at Julius Randle tonight. Randle, who didn't shoot the best, he didn't have a good shooting game, but he definitely came up big in the points column with 33 points. He was able to get and find his way to 10 assists and only had 5 rebounds, but he had 5 steals tonight. 5 steals. He shot 11 of 28, but again, he got great balance and contributions from R.J. Barrett, who had 18 points tonight. You got Derrick Rose with 17 points tonight. Came up huge, especially here in overtime, to put the Knicks in control. He was the one to set up Reggie Bullock for the 3 at the end of regulation. And the Knicks, again, scrappy, being able to come up huge. This is actually Julius Randle's 4th consecutive 30-point game the longest streak by Knicks since Carmelo Anthony. Brandon Ingram for three. Three-pointer is no good, and that will about do it. The Knicks will win their sixth consecutive game of the season, 122 to 112. They improved to 31 and 27, while the Pelicans fall to 25 and 32. They just can't quite close out games when it matters right now. With that said, the Knicks look to solidify their spot up in the East. Try to make sure that they're in that play, that they're locked into that top 6 slot instead of that 7 to 10 playing tournament. With that said, we got more games to be played. This was a great game presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. You just finished listening to the New York Knicks defeat the Pelicans 122 to 112. I'm Isaiah Rose. Stay tuned for more throughout the rest of the season as we have a game a day. Thanks for watching. Peace.